Sit with yourself, and you'll know exactly what it is that you need to change. So, I think you got to create the time to invest in yourself. One of the things that I've discovered with many people that tell us stories of transformation is that they kind of have this kind of belief, like, I believe this stuff works. I just never believed it could work for me. I mean, that's a really, really fundamentally key moment in a person's evolution, because that means they actually have to change their belief. And that's sometimes, that means they got to come out of the resting state, and they got to choose themselves every day. So that person then who's arguing for some limitation just doesn't believe that they can change their life. They don't believe that their thoughts have something to do with their destiny. They don't believe in possibility because they don't believe in themselves. You cannot believe in possibility without believing in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, that means you got to believe in possibility. And that means then, you got to do something. You got to get off the couch. You got to get up and you got to get engaged in your world. And you got to be a creator in your life, and instead of a victim in your life. Now, that's an easy thing to say, but it means you have to carve out some time for you. I mean, and if you invest in yourself and invest in your future. Do it and get uncomfortable and know that that's normal. That's natural. That's the unknown. Okay. If I keep making the same choices, I'm going to keep having the same health condition. If I keep doing the same things, I'm going to still have the same level of abundance. Okay. So I got to start making changes. It's not that hard to do it if you really want to do it.
Did you notice that in your life, there is no need for suffering? Suffering only exists to learn us that there is absolutely no need to suffer. Your state of being creates your reality. Period. Quantum physics already proven that. To create what you want, you have to vibrate at a frequency of your desire. I'm sure you already noticed that when you are feeling good, things always unfold in a way that's good for you, right? On the other hand, when you feel depressed, unhappy, or anxious, you see unpleasant things happening to you and around you. You notice that, haven't you? So we could say that your whole life is a very subjective experience. In other words, you get what you give yourself first and what you believe you are worthy of receiving. That's it. So you have to practice who you want to be every day, at least few times a day. The best time to practice being your desired self is in the morning when you wake up and before you go to bed. That's the time your subconscious mind is wide open and all your suggestions go right in, changing your limited programs for unlimited ones. It takes discipline to practice this, but as you do, you will notice significant changes in your life. You will manifest things super fast. Our students do, and so can you. You must transition from your current state of self and disentangle from the patterns that control you. This means moving into the realm of the unknown and embracing the possibilities it offers. When a person combines a clear intention with elevated emotions, without relying on external substances, they do this purely through their thoughts. This shift in their state of being becomes a habit, and they can discern when they are in that state or not. The term meditation essentially means becoming familiar with how you feel and altering your state of being. The more you practice and become accustomed to this change, the easier it becomes to maintain this state both with your eyes open and closed. Reverting to your old state of being may lead to the return of pain or the previous condition. So, the journey of healing and transformation involves taking steps forward and occasionally taking steps back. Through consistent self-regulation and awareness of what you focus on, you can progress and eventually reach a point where your chemistry undergoes a significant positive change. When this change occurs, you experience a profound love for life. Imagine the impact of an increased release of oxytocin, which triggers the expansion of your heart's arteries, allowing more blood flow. This sensation is similar to the intensity of arousal in your sexual organs, but it's centered in your heart, creating a wide open heart. So then, in such a state, you're less likely to judge or hold grudges. Forgiveness becomes natural. You'll cherish this feeling and be less willing to let go of it because it's a side effect of true transformation. True transformation produces not only a greater level of consciousness, but also an improved skill set in life. As you become more coherent between your brain and heart, you start to feel whole. The desire for many things diminishes as you sense that you already have them. With the emergence of synchronicities and coincidences, you'll find yourself eager to continue this exciting journey. Each sign or synchronicity generates enthusiasm and excitement, making you want to keep the magic alive. As you experience these moments, you can climb out of your past and into a brighter future. Every cell in your body produces proteins, and for this process to happen, genes must be regulated. It's important to note that genes themselves do not create disease. Only a small percentage of conditions like type 1 diabetes are genuinely genetic. The vast majority of health issues stem from lifestyle and behavior. Even identical twins with the same genetic makeup can experience different lifespans due to their reactions to their environment. Stress and living in survival mode prevent growth and repair, as they divert the body's resources from these vital functions to deal with perceived threats, whether real or imagined. If you find yourself in emergency mode for an extended period, consistently signaling certain genes, it's like making a copy of a copy of a copy, which gradually wears the genes out. This phenomenon is quite similar to what happens when you keep duplicating something. Eventually, the quality becomes compromised, and you start producing cheaper proteins. The expression of proteins essentially reflects the essence of life. So here's an intriguing question. Can we signal the gene ahead of the environment? Absolutely, yes. You see, if you're waiting for wealth to feel abundance, or waiting for good health to experience wholeness and gratitude, or even waiting for a new relationship to feel love, you're operating under the old model of reality, which follows a cause and effect pattern, expecting external changes to make you feel better and eliminate lack or emptiness. But the key lies in embracing the emotion before the event. This is a conscious choice. So, when you do this, you're signaling the gene ahead of the environment. As genes create proteins responsible for your body's structure and function, you start to become the person aligned with those emotions. It's not about wealth, health, relationships, or material possessions. It's about becoming someone new. Once you become this person, it's yours, and no one can take it away from you. In fact, you know how to do it, and you're aware that you are it. Many people are deceived by their senses because their conscious mind focuses on intent, but their bodies remain entrenched in predictable futures, emotionally conditioned by the past. Teaching people to self-regulate and transform their emotional states leads to profound biological and energetic changes within and around them. Once you've mastered this skill, material possessions and external desires lose much of their appeal. Instead, you become interested in facing your true self every day and connecting with the quantum field. Taking responsibility is crucial. Shedding the notion of genetic determinism can be challenging, as it means letting go of the idea that everything happens to you and is not your fault. It's a process of unlearning. The understanding that genes are not your identity but a library of possibilities is liberating. The concept of junk DNA points to the idea that this genetic material must be signaled by electromagnetism. Receptor sites on cell surfaces are highly sensitive to energy, far more so than to chemistry, which is a form of downward causation. By elevating your energetic state, you can select and instruct new genes. One gene can have numerous variations depending on the signal it receives, indicating that electromagnetism plays a crucial role. Imagine a blind person who gains sight after one meditation session, or a stroke patient who regains the ability to move a paralyzed limb. These are not just physical changes. They reflect changes in the electromagnetic field that creates matter. The fundamental question is, if you change the field, can you change matter? This process involves getting people to connect with the unified field and reduce the time it takes for consciousness to align with it. You will wake up when you're ready to wake up. I believe we're eternal beings, and this idea is consistent across various religions, alluding to the notion that our consciousness will persist for eternity, whether in heaven, hell, through karma, or into nirvana. You're going to be with yourself for a long time. So, if you're sitting here in 2024 with a healthy body, charisma, and success, it's a golden opportunity to redirect your passion inward. You can bloom like a flower in a new way. Age is just a number. There are folks in their 80s and even 90s in our group, and they are not too old for this work. They understand how to do it. They've seen brain scans and know that age isn't an obstacle. You can't tell me that you're too sick for this work. We've witnessed people reversing serious health conditions and even genetic disorders. They overcame their doubts, fear, and the negative prognosis from doctors. Their love for life triumphed over their fear of death because they decided to turn the battleship around. Whether you're overweight, underweight, or out of shape, I've seen people of all shapes and sizes achieve remarkable results. Even if you've never meditated before, you can experience profound changes. Sometimes, people new to meditation have the most impactful experiences because they approach it with an open mind. At 38 years old, my new goal is to live for 150 years in a body that feels like it's 38 or 48. We measure telomeres, and we've observed that many people have a biological age much younger than their chronological age. They've learned to down-regulate disease-related genes and up-regulate genes for health. The key is understanding that you can do it. People who experiment and become the scientists of their lives witness the effects of being at cause. Changing your energy is the gateway to changing your life. It's about making that choice every day. Rather than reaching for your smartphone upon waking, consider the habit of self-discovery. Nearly 86% of smartphone users start their day with messages, social media, and other distractions. They reaffirm their identity, relive their problems, or get lost in routine behaviors, often not even present in the moment. But when you realize that your feelings and thoughts shape your environment, you shift from victim consciousness to creator consciousness. With practice, you'll get better at this, and you'll react less to external influences because you'll believe in your power to create your own life. For those who struggle to muster the willpower to break free from the addiction of being themselves, I'd say, come to one of our week-long events. We'll take care of you, and in just a week, you'll see incredible changes. It's not uncommon for individuals, even husbands dragged along by their wives, to experience profound transformations. The heart opens and healing happens. It's like a movement, and we're here to support you. I used to golf with my friends, and I'd tell them, I'm a decent golfer, but I'm just not good enough to get all upset about it. I'm here to have fun, and the more fun I have, the better I play. You see, when you're out on the golf course and you mess up a shot, then start getting angry and frustrated, it's pretty much the same thing. Your emotions keep you stuck in your past, and that affects your next swing. So, it's a choice to either self-regulate or not. Those who can quickly regain their composure and refocus execute their game well. On the other hand, those who can't get past themselves need practice. It's like hitting golf balls, throwing punches, or delivering kicks. The more you do it, the more you start looking forward to it. I've been at this for a long time, and I know some days are easier than others. But I won't give up. When I carve out time for this, I'm all in. I disconnect from the world, not by shutting off my cell phone, but by making my inner world more real than the outer one. You can't rush it. Patience is key. You can't get frustrated or resentful. Forcing or controlling it doesn't work either. I've seen how it affects the brain, making it worse. So eventually, you learn that all along you were doing everything but following the formula. Your analytical mind convinced you to quit or that it was too hard. Those were the exact things standing in the way between you and your future. Each time you become conscious of this and settle back down, it's a victory. Every time your body wants to check emails or reach for your cell phone and you consciously bring it back, you're telling your body that you are in control. Every time your mind drifts back to the past, reliving trauma just to reaffirm some emotional state, and you become conscious of it, turning back to the present moment, that's a victory. Even when you're thinking about a future staff meeting and choose to return to the present moment, you're making room for the unknown in your life, and that's a victory. When your will becomes stronger than the program, most people lose their free will to routines because their bodies are on autopilot, dragging them into a predictable future. When your body tells you that you're going to suffocate or die during meditation and you keep settling it back down, each time is a victory to celebrate. If you keep saying, "I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, or on Monday," you're running a program. You should be doing it in the moment. Being in the present moment is about paying attention, and it's a skill. When someone is present with you, they pay attention to you, and you know it. On the contrary, when they're not present, they're not paying attention to you. Now imagine you want to create, but you're not present. How can you seize the moment of creation when you're stuck in the known, the past, or the predictable future? That sweet spot of the present moment is where you want to be. By practicing, you can overcome your body, the conditions in your environment, and escape the hold of the past. The habit of being present can be developed. Remember, where you put your attention is where you invest your energy. So, if you're fully in the present, you have lots of energy to use for creation. Reflect on your life. You've probably experienced moments of spontaneous inspiration that led to great things. I can attribute most of my success to such moments. They occurred when I felt that rush of emotion, confidence, and knew something big was happening. They happened spontaneously, serendipitously, and the results were fantastic. I never fully controlled them, but harnessed what happened. Now, I realize if I can gain more control over that formula, it's going to be even more powerful. We're wired to be creators. You already know how to do it, but you've decided it's not that important. However, once you embrace the vision and feel the emotion of it, you're connected to your future. No person, thing, or experience can stand in your way. If things aren't happening in your life, there might be unconscious emotions, attitudes, or habits that need changing. Your personality creates your personal reality, so to create a new personal reality, you have to change your personality. Remember, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Making a new choice is the hardest part because you're leaving the known. When you change, it becomes uncomfortable and unfamiliar. There's uncertainty, but that's the path to transformation. Most people step out, hear that familiar voice, and believe they can't change. They fall back into old patterns because it feels comfortable. But if you stay aware of how you speak, act, and feel, you can change. This awareness is a victory in itself, and it brings energy. When you look at those old emotions and recognize them, that's a win too. But insight alone isn't enough. You need to initiate change. Instead of living with the knowing that you're a victim or suffer from guilt, take action to transform. You can stop blaming, complaining, making excuses, feeling sorry for yourself, and judging others. Every day you work on it, you'll transition from one state of being to another. Your thoughts will begin to shift as you practice and change. Remember that your life is a creation in progress. Every thought, emotion, and choice has the power to shape your reality. The present moment is your canvas, and you hold the brush. By practicing the art of presence and mastering your own reactions, you can paint a future that truly resonates with your heart's desires. The process may not always be easy, and you may encounter moments of doubt and resistance. But in those challenging times, remember the incredible potential that lies within you. You are not a victim of your past or your circumstances. You are a creator with the ability to sculpt a life that aligns with your highest vision. So, as you move forward, embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. Every small victory along the way is a testament to your strength and determination. And with each positive change, you move one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. If you found value in the information presented in this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more people and spread the message of transformation and empowerment. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with our latest content, filled with insights and practical tools for creating positive change in your life. Lastly, sharing is caring. If you know someone who could benefit from this content, please share the video with them. Together, we can inspire and empower others to live their best lives. It's time to let go of the old, embrace the new, and dance to the rhythm of your own possibilities. The future is yours to craft, and the present moment is your workshop.